Hey guys, in this video, I told you guys to check it out. This is going to be the one where I walk through how to get another Merciless, basically to give you a guide as to what to do. It's very important basically to be aware of your surroundings. I came into the game, clearly it had already been starting. Sometimes my computer takes a little while to load the levels, so the gameplay's already been going. But basically right here, I make sure I clear the area. I check to see if there's any enemies after I kill those two that I came upon really quick. I wasn't expecting that. And for the gun that I use, I prefer the hole puncher. It has 11 damage, has great range, and it's a 3-round burst. But if you get better at aim, you'll find that it is actually a very, very powerful weapon. You can kill close and you can kill far. It doesn't do that well on 2 and 3v1s at close range. That's where automatic rifles come in. But for my purpose, I like to control an area, keep everything at bay, and monitor both sides of the ways that people can come. So here on Comeback, there's pretty much the easiest level to control as far as controlling where people are coming from. So you can watch left and you can watch right fairly easy, and you don't have to worry about someone sneaking up on you. The only thing that you have to worry about really is when your spawn gets switched and your entire team is pushing forward and you didn't realize that. So if your team pushes forward, then the enemies spawn near you and you can get overwhelmed really quickly, which is pretty much what happened right there. That's why so many enemies came on me. So I have to be careful and watch for that, otherwise I'll get overwhelmed and then I'll end up being killed. But I caught onto it real quick. Once I realized that first enemy was there, it kind of caught me off guard. Like, why is he so close? That was a warning to be a little more alert to the closer spots to me. So while I'm playing, you're not just looking straight ahead. You got to be looking all around. Don't rely on just the UAV. If you do get the UAV, which I did, not all players are gonna be highlighted red, but they are gonna be there. And if they're there, you can pretty much guarantee that some other teammates are gonna be there. So you got to be on alert whenever you see them to expect that some of the non-red players, which you're going to have the low profile, which is just regular UAV, and then you're going to have the cold-blooded and the blind eye. Just all of those are going to prevent you from being seen on the heads-up display as far as being highlighted red. So here I just found a nice little camp spot. I just was like, alright, this is kind of funny. I've never been up here before, but typically I don't camp. I feel like that's kind of a weak way of getting kills, but I did find this one a little funny up here, and I'll see somebody here in a second through the glass, and I laugh because it's just a funny kill. Like he'll never expect me to be killing him through the glass right there, which I did think was entertaining. So I kill this guy, and I laugh to myself. I'm like, okay, well I probably shouldn't be doing that anymore. That's kind of cheap. So I continue moving around, and like I said, my aim has gotten much better since I first started. Maybe later on I'll post a video of my first attempts at playing Call of Duty, and just to show you the progress that I've made. I've changed a lot of the settings. I tweaked all of my sensitivity. It's just all about getting the right feel for yourself. I personally don't like using the scavenger perk, mainly because it takes up a spot that I feel is better reserved for another perk. And so when I run out of ammo, I typically am going to have to find another gun, and hopefully there's one nearby, otherwise I'm going to have to push forward and find one, which, whether or not that's a good or a bad thing, that's just completely up to the situation in the game. If I'm doing well, then, it's a bad thing. I have to push forward. If I'm not doing too well and I run out of ammo because I'm spraying and not getting any kills, just running out of ammo real quick, then then having to push forward and find a gun's an issue. But, the AR X160 itself comes with a pretty good amount of ammo, and the 3-round burst, you'll probably be saving yourself a lot of ammo anyway. So you shouldn't have any problems with running out of ammo unless you get to the highest kill streaks, which is where you run into the problem. So like I said, I'm on a big kill streak right now, and I ran out of ammo. But I got lucky and I found this nice ASM-1 with extended mags, so I had plenty of ammo. And like as you can see, I've been controlling the map. I've been watching where I've been going. Like I don't consider this camping. I consider this controlling. I have a lot of teammates that like to run and push that, so that's okay, let them push, but always be aware of what they're doing. If they're going to push too far, that's going to cause the enemy spawn to switch, and that's going to overwhelm you. So you got to be aware of that. And see, I knew that they were going to be spawning over here, and you know, I had to be careful and watch where they were coming from. If I wasn't going to be aware of that, once again, I'd be overwhelmed and killed. So, you know, keep your distance. Don't rely, like I said, don't rely again on the UAV, but watch where the enemies are coming from. Because if the enemies are being highlighted red, you can guarantee that there's going to be at least one or two somewhere in there. And that's the one death that I had on the Merciless kill. The reason it happened is because of that stupid assault drone not being able to validly be placed, and I ran into an issue of, you know, trying to get that, and I didn't have my gun drawn, and it just ran into a whole bunch of issues. So, you know, like I said, controls everything. You don't want to push if you don't have a gun that's designed for close range. My ARX 160 hole puncher is a very powerful weapon at range, so I choose to keep a distance, and it's my weapon of choice. And as you saw right there, I just got called a hack. So like I said in my last video, you know, you get the people that are going to call you a hacker because you're doing well, but I'm not hacking. I'm just playing smart, not rushing in. And hopefully these tips and advice will lead you to you know, adopt a different play style, and you could possibly get the same medals that I can. As I said in my last video, I'm still fairly new at PC gaming. It was 3 months ago that I decided to go ahead and build one. I have a lot of friends that play PC gaming, so if I can become good at it, then I have faith that many of you guys will be just as fortunate. So, you know, take the advice, try to work on your gameplay. Don't try to rush as much, you know, because if your aim is not as good as, you know, some other players on the team, then you're going to find yourself getting killed a lot more than it's necessary. Don't camp in one spot, but patrol, you know, could keep a constant movement going on. Don't be predictable. Don't, you know, if you notice in that game, I was jumping around a lot. I was moving. I was constantly going. So whenever an enemy did come off me and caught me off guard, I wasn't just standing still. That's the hardest thing for an enemy to do, is, you know, kill somebody that's moving around. A stationary player is a much easier target than someone that's jumping, moving, be predictable. So keep everything that I said in mind, and hopefully this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.